All right, looks like we're on YouTube. Recording. Welcome everybody to the Yin Yang Wolfpack. This is a very special edition because this is the first Yin Yang Wolfpack officially on IMC TV that I am doing from my own room and that I am doing at night. Usually these are at 2 p.m., but today was a special day and we had so much going on today. And so that's why we're doing it later. It's also special because we have two base 2 guardians, officially sanctioned, ordained base 2 guardians. We have Alexander Palacio and we have the magic man, Gio Estrada. Very happy to have them here. We've been involved engrossed in what is called the Beast Camp or the Gathering. It's gone through a lot of names. And what it is, it's when at the end of the month or once a month, all of the top IMC brass is the way you say it, like the top guys. We all come together in San Jose, and for the weekend we do the lectures, we do attend live, and then we go in field. And it's a whole new experience, man. Like if you as one guy are on this process and are starting to feel the effects and understanding how much it is elevating you and elevating your mindset in your life, imagine when it's you times 20. Like you've multiplied. It's like if you know Pain in Naruto, like Pain, he has the main one, but then he got like 6 other bodies who each of them have their own special ability, and all 6 of them move as a unit. Motherfucker, we're more than that. Like that Pain had 6. We have fucking 20 deep everywhere we fucking go. And so this is a new level of energy. And for me, like I live in this thing now. And so whenever the guys come, they say, oh man, I love being with the guys, it's like the energy, blah, blah. It's like, dude, I live this shit. Like, this is how it is all the time. And now, of course, you're helping it, right? Like now you're here, now it's more, but it's like that core energy, that essence is still always there and pervasive throughout all of this. So, okay. Let's go back to the introduction. This is the Yin Yang Wolfpack. What does that mean? That means that if you are here, that means you are a wolf. You are part of the pack. You're part of the tribe. You're part of the group. And that means that there is somebody that cares about you and that wants you to succeed and wants you to survive and wants you to evolve. And if it's nobody else in your fucking life, it is me. I fucking care about you and I want you to evolve and I want you to get stronger. Because there was a point in time in my life where I felt I didn't have that. I may have had that, but logically it didn't click and it felt fucking awful. And that's why now I have this thing. And because I have it, I can share it with you. When you have the light, you can share the light. If you have strength, you can share strength. If you're weak, you can't share strength. But if you're strong, you can only give of what you have. And I have a tribe. I have love. I have kindness. I have a big heart, and I have love. And so that is what this is to do. This is to share. This is to evolve, man, and to evolve us together. All right. So what I wanted to talk about today is the fucking warrior. Oh my God, dude. I was re-inspired again. Like Taekwondo was my first love ever. I always say this, like Taekwondo was my first love. Or I say karate was my first love, but it's like, they're interchangeable. And like at 6 years old, I joined this fucking thing. And the very first day of class, I cried because the workout was so hard. It wasn't even fighting. I wasn't even fighting yet. Literally, I cried during the workout when I was like 6 years old. Like it was like the first workout. It was like the first thing they had us do. And I'm like fucking crying because I can't fucking handle this shit. And then my mom, at the end of class, she takes me home and she's like, hey baby, it's okay. You don't have to do this. Like, you can go do something else. Go do soccer or something. And I was like, no, mom, I want to be a black belt. Why the fuck did I at 6 years old want to be a black belt? I have no idea how I came up with this logic, like why I wanted to do this, but I fucking did. And so I kept coming back every fucking day and I went through the tribulations and more crying and getting my ass whooped. And then eventually I'm handing out ass whoopings. I had to learn the forms. I had to stretch. Like I lived and I breathed. I went to tournaments. I would come here to San Francisco. I would come to the Bay Area like every year for a tournament here. And I have a picture on my Instagram. You go to my Instagram, there's a picture of me like kicking, doing a form when I was like 12 or 13 or something. And I was the grand champion here. So there are divisions, right, for your age group. And then, so like, there's like 11 and under, then there's like 12 to 14, and then 15 to 17. I won the 11 under division, and then they took the champions of 11 under, 12 to 14, and 15 to 17, and they put those 3 against each other. And of those 3, I, as the 11 and under competitor, beat the other ones. My form was better than them. And I was the grand champions. I remember it was the Golden Gate Nationals, because the Golden Gate, like a fucking here in San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge. I was the Golden Gate grand champion for that year. And it's so fucking magical and beautiful that it all circles around, and now I'm fucking here again in the Bay Area, and we're talking about fucking fighting and martial arts. Fuck, man, this is amazing. Okay, so Gio, you were there, man. Tell us about your experience. What did we do today?
Yeah, no, today we went to the convention center. We went to see one of the IMC brothers fight in Muay Thai. That's what they were doing. And man,
well, it was actually like mixed. It wasn't just Muay Thai, like they did groundwork and stuff too. But yeah.
It was a mixed fighting for sure. Muay Thai, and it was much more than that. Man, it was such a huge spot. Like I said, it felt like going to a convention center. And just the entrance, AZD, seeing him, there's a lot of people know him, and then they're not ordinary people that know him. That's just in the entrance, you can see there's some really good looking guys. They're huge. I mean, like they're freaking huge. They're so, and it's like from AZD stories. Like this is the guy that witnessed one of my fights, and it was cool. He says he going through his past with another guy that's been in his past as well, and he used to reliving the story, and just he's just trying to share so much light, like how much warrior, how much fighting he's done in the past, because it's huge, because nobody's done it like how he does. And when we go inside, we start checking out the area. There's lots of people. I mean, god damn, bro, all sorts of people. There's people like doing some sort of like lifting competition, like how many pull-ups, how much can you deadlift, like all sorts of groups out here. It's wild, and it's cool. They got the army enlisting. They got some sort of the police corps was enlisting there. Like, man, everybody was there, bro. And you have bodybuilders, you have women bodybuilders, tone. Like I've never seen a woman in person so toned, dude. They were thick. I was like, god damn. But going forward, of course, the women out there are insane. A lot of tens. Not in the face, but body wise, insane body proportions. But one thing that hit me is seeing the fight, because I wasn't around, into like karate or Muay Thai. I went to karate, but it was like for a year. But it was like I was just a kid. There wasn't much to it, so I don't count it. But seeing going with the group as a tribe, it's for me it was huge. It was huge because I got to see what somebody who's been practicing fighting for a while, and see what they look like. What is this super testosterone man, max masculine energy, right? These are fighters. What do they look like? What's their energy output? And to see them, there's a difference. They worked a lot in one area, but a lot of mental game and so much other knowledge and wisdom that they're missing from the AZD process.
Yeah,
it makes a huge difference. But for me, the way I got affected to see the fighters all around, man, it was awesome, dude. Because I was like trying to see how could I measure them? What's their energy? What's their strength? Could they take me down? Can I take them down?
Power level.
And it was pissing me off, bro. It was everybody, all the fighters was pissing me off because they had strength, a lot of appearance out there. It's like, okay, they have a lot of that. They could beat me up. And that was pissing me off a lot, bro. Just in the fighters and seeing them fight, there was a lot of internal aggression that was multiplying inside of me. But it was good. It was really good aggression because I've been tapping to this last couple of weeks, but seeing them there in the arena, it just multiplied. Because I could see myself in the arena. I was like, oh man, I could totally be there. But the difference is back then I didn't have a tribe. I didn't have a group of friends that were at this level of mindset, of caliber, of spirit. So it's like, cool. So I can go in the arena. I can literally fight. If I win, that's awesome, right? But if I fall, I have a tribe. I have a group of friends. Like cheer me on. But what's the worst fear? What? You'll die in the arena, right? Fuck, if I die in the arena, I know my tribe will avenge me, bro. Simple. Bro, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's such a huge flavor. For me, is like to have a group that will avenge you, bro.
Mhm.
Bro, that is such a blessing, dude. To be in that group. That I know that everybody's like that will stand up, that has their own strength to stand up for their own beliefs and values. Like, man, bro, it's such a huge blessing, dude. I'm like, that's something I'm really grateful for, man. Because that's really what I see. Like, I can be in this arena, I can go all out, become a monster, and I have this tribe, I have this group, and it makes such a huge difference because there's so many pitfalls along in life, but I know there's other brothers alongside me that are already on that journey, and they've already been through so many other things, experienced mistakes, and it brings more assurance, more security, more stable, more strength on all levels, man.
Mhm.
They're like, oh man, okay, this is what the pros look like. But I'm surrounded by monsters. These monsters, if I do the process and I go even further, more committed, more disciplined, dude, with the people behind me, Jesus, bro, it's a whole nother level. It's like Dragon Ball Z, like when they become Goku and Vegeta become Super Saiyan, and then they did a lot of training to achieve that level. They went through a lot of hardships, right? And then they have a family, they have kids, and their kids become Super Saiyan like around 5 years old. They evolve much faster. That's the same feeling being with IMC. They're evolving, and the fact that I tap in with their group, I evolve even much faster because of their experience and of their wisdom and their safety and gravity and all that, man. It definitely it goes all around like a universe, a circle. Their energy, their wisdom, it goes around because I'm part of the group, and I'm
Mhm.
also exchanging. You have to, because if you're part of the group, you got to be exchanging. So yeah, that's what I got, bro.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, so like I grew up with this, and so I was on a team, and we go to the competition. I assume here it was different because AZD said that the teams wouldn't talk to each other and they would like kind of be scared of beating each other up outside. Like I didn't really experience that. Like I always stuck with my group for sure because that was I train with these motherfuckers every day. Like we're fighting all the time. So like these are my brothers, and so I would go in with that. However, as far as hostility towards others, I didn't really ever feel that. It was just, oh, I'm about to fight him. Okay, now you're my enemy. I'm not thinking I'm surrounded by enemies. I just think I'm here with my group. Like it's really how I feel whenever I go out with you guys, whenever we go to the club or when we go to the bar. I don't think I'm surrounded by enemies that are going to attack me, but I think I'm here with my people. And whatever happens, I'm going to be good. And they're going to support me and I'm going to support them. And that is the expansion, or that is what this is an extension of. The Yin Yang Wolfpack is exactly that. Because now as I'm looking back, I've always had this in one sense or another. First it was with Taekwondo, then it turned into music, then it was the people I was practicing with all the time. Then that evolved into now what is like IMC for me. So yeah, definitely being part of the pack, being part of a strong group is just part of human nature, or rather wanting to be in a strong group is part of man's nature, like specifically the male. I mean, it's for the woman as well, but like the man particularly wants to be aligned with other strong men, and a woman wants to be aligned with a strong man as well for protection. And so it really, what today's experience and also the lecture with AZD made me realize that this whole thing really is all so integrated, and it makes sense why you can just kind of focus on the one thing, which is your character and your beliefs and your system, and then that branches into everything else. That branches into business, that branches into relationships, that branches into your health. Like it is the all, like like you described it, it's like it's the sap with which gives the whole thing life. And so if you just focus on this, everything else is going to flower and bloom beautifully. So Palacio, I know you did Taekwondo, I think. And then you also done some kickboxing. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so I mean, this whole subject is really dope. This, everything about being a warrior. My Taekwondo days, they started very early on, probably when I was about like 9 years old. But I could even go further back to my fascination with just fighting, playing video games like Tekken and Mortal Kombat and all that. And I got to give thanks to my father, who was a Vietnam War veteran. So he literally is a warrior and a soldier, you know, and he was shot in the war and was discharged, but he was also a black belt in Kempo karate. So he basically kind of put me on to martial arts very early on and was my first teacher ever. So, you know, got to give big thanks to him, right? And the guy, he is a fucking warrior, straight up, because I mean, he was rather unpredictable, getting in fights all the time. He'd come back from the store with like a fucking cut on his forehead because I got into some squabble or some shit. He was also stabbed in a bar fight. Like, he has a bunch of cuts on his stomach. So, you know, the guy, he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he just doesn't give a fuck. And he doesn't take shit from anybody. And if he's going to say something to somebody, he's going to fucking say it. So, yeah, he always carried that energy, that fucking Nam energy with him. And plus being a martial artist, putting me on at a young age. Yeah, I had a great fucking time doing that shit, going in and training with other kids when I was young, because I felt like what I was in the video games, you know? I felt like I was a fucking Tekken character, like Yoshimitsu or fucking Jin or Kazuya or some shit like that, right? Like, that was my fucking shit right there. And so with that, especially with what AZD teaches and brings us, especially back in 2020 when it was the very first Beast process, we all really implemented the Beast or the warrior, right? Which is it's definitely a warrior archetype. And the thing about being a warrior is it's completely it's a character, but it's also it's an energy. It's a choice and the decision of which you make for yourself. It's how you carry yourself out and through the day. You know, you carry it into your exercises. You carry it into the way you move. You carry it into your work and your business or whatever you're passionate about, that warrior mentality. You know, and quite frankly, I never really owned up to, or like not owned up, but like accepted, fully embodied that energy until he started teaching that shit. And behold, during that time period in my business, when my competitors came out, fuck, I feel bad for them, because when I was in that mind state, or when I am in that mind state, which I am in that mind state, I do not want to be on the other side as my competitor. And that's why I was able to completely eliminate them from the East Bay. They disappeared. They fell off the fucking map. They fell off the map. Now I could go into details on how I did it, but I'm not going to. This is about being the warrior, right? That's more about plans and execution, which is also, you know, another way of being a warrior. I think whatever the fuck it is that you're good at, there's being a warrior and then there's doing what you're good at, right? It's just that fucking mentality that you carry with yourself, right? So, you know, and it reminds me of some things too. I've always had this this weird fascination with like the SWAT team, right? Like, I think I always wanted to be in the SWAT team. Maybe it's because they wear all black and they go and they kick down doors and they fucking, you know, it's that unpredictability factor, right? Fucking bullets flying in the air. I mean, that's just badass, you know? And what guy doesn't want to be a fucking badass? What guy doesn't want to be fucking strong or fucking tough, or to be amazing martial artist? Just know how to fucking handle yourself in the street, right? And so, yeah, there's Taekwondo at a young age. And I put it away for a little while, and then I went into music as well too. Man, which I fucking had an amazing time doing that shit. Killed it, had a good time. There's goods and bads with it. However, eventually I did pick back up fighting at around, it was like 2021 when I put the party life behind me. I went directly into Krav Maga for like 2 fucking years. I did boxing for another 2 fucking years. And especially during 2020 when I had my my last instructor he was teaching me a fighting system. It's kind of like Panjo in a way. It's a really, really good, strong fighting system, but based on Taekwondo. So it's like a street style, no rules. It's fucking sick, right? I grew to be his top fucking student in there with just the mindset and the mental technology of just showing up every day on time, training 5 days a week. I was pulling that shit off back in 2020. And the results, they truly spoke for itself at the time, and they linger. We're more advanced and evolved in the process now. And for whoever hasn't really kept up, well, you got a lot to catch up on. Because you've got to go through these phases. You got to go through the steps. You got to know what it feels like to feel this way, to feel the words that I'm saying, because the words that I'm saying is from experience. It's because I've been there. I've felt it. I've done that. It's the same shit with Will. It's the same shit with Gio or any other guy that could speak it or speak this language this way. It's because you fucking been there. You know how my day was today? I woke up, my arm was bleeding in the morning. I still went outside. I cleaned the blood off the floor and shit, but I still went outside and pushed fucking 70 pounds over my head. You know why? Because I'm a warrior. I'm a fucking beast. I don't want to let people down. I got the tribe. I know they got my back, always got my back. And so it's like, yeah, I don't want anything less for myself, just like I don't want anything less for others around me. And to me, that's some warrior shit right there. And yeah, I got shit I got to work on. You know, I'm looking for a new gym out here too to go and fight. It's time for Alex to step back in and do some more fighting, right? But it's all a process. It's a process that we go about, and we continuously work on these energies within us. We work on them, we calibrate them, and then people around us feel that shit. They feel it. And so yeah, it's a healthy thing to feel. And society tries to take that away from guys. They try to take so much away from us. They truly do. You know, and the whole concept of guys wanting to be in a tribe or in a gang, it's completely normal. It's completely natural. It's what fucking guys do. We gang up. That's why they try to stop that shit. Gangsters, like real fucking gangsters out there, they're just warriors, plain and simple. They're just street warriors. But they carry that mentality, the Norteño, the Serrano, the Crip, the Blood, the insert gang name here. They're fucking warriors by just the way they live. And if you follow their ways of thinking and their codes, the way they carry shit to the fucking grave, they're diehard. They're diehard in the things they do and what they believe in. They uphold that standard, and just like everyone around them and themselves, they expect nothing less but fucking strength, because it all comes down to that at the end of the day, right? The fucking strength. So what? You want more results in your life? You got things that you're trying to do. Well, you got to warrior the fuck up. You got to tribe up too. You have to tribe up. It's survival of the fucking fittest out here. Not only do we use our intelligence, but strength is amazing too, right? Look at us. Look at you guys today. How many of us are most of us actually, a majority of us are in shape, buff, know how to fight, right? Fuck, scary motherfuckers wherever we go and wherever we walk around. You know, yeah, people register this shit. They register this shit. So you get that experience, right? You get that experience. We have that experience. We own that experience. We fall asleep with it. We wake up to it. It's real fucking shit. So all right, I think I'm a wrap up my segment here. I'm still gonna be on though. So let's pass it back.
Fuck yeah. Thank you, Alex, man. That was great. I didn't know that stuff about your father or like Krav Maga or anything like that. That's so cool, man. And like what this did for me was like it gave me a mindset and it gave me a discipline and it gave me an understanding that if I really, really understood that if I'm disciplined enough, I can fucking do anything. Like really, I could beat anybody. And that's like what I had to do, because as a kid growing up, I'm not even very tall now. I was like very short for my age at all ages. I really didn't grow until like college, like until I was like 18, 19. Like I don't think I was 5 feet until like 9th grade, maybe. Like I was always really like the small kid. And so what did I have to do? I had to be smart, because if I'm fighting all these tall motherfuckers, tall, you know, as a kid, right? If I'm fighting all these tall kids that are bigger than me, that are stronger than me, what do I have to be? I had to be smarter than them, because I'm not about to outstrength your ass, because like you're like you got so many inches on me or whatever. So I had to be like focused. I need to understand, and I had to be quick. Like that was always my best thing that my instructors would always tell me. Is like, you're smarter than them. You're smarter than them. You're quicker than them. Os, what up? Ranger, I'm gonna mute you, brother. Yeah, like it was like, you're smarter than them, you're quicker than them. Use that, because that is your strength, and so use your fucking strength. And so what I always did was I was very quick, and what I had is we call it angles. So in Taekwondo, it's a lot of kicks. Like it's very, very big on kicks. And so whenever anyone would kick me, what it would be is like if they're coming at a straight line, I'd go at a 45 degrees to that leg. And we call it angle. So you angle them, basically dodge the kick while getting in on their body, like zooming, like approaching them, but dodging the kick to then, strike. And so like, that's what I became famous for. Like tall motherfuckers, they pick their leg up, I'm moving into their leg and then getting them. So like that is what I had to do. And then like I was telling the guys earlier, like I would go home and I would just stretch. and like I would stretch and I would practice my forms. And I would just stretch and practice my forms and then practice my kicks and then practice. Like I was just practicing. Like all that was my life. That all I did was go to school, go home, practice, go to karate class, come home, eat, and then practice some more. Like that, it was just everything. And then I started doing competitions. I was fucking going out of state. I was the Texas, fuck, what year was that? It was like 2003, 2004. I was like, oh, whatever age I was the Texas champion of Taekwondo. It was the league was called AKA. It's American Karate Association, something like that. And then we grew out of that. That was like the Texas region. And we were just whipping everybody's ass in Texas. And so we're like, okay, we need to expand. Then we went to this thing called NBL, which is the National Black Belt League. And so that was across America. But then it would actually went into Mexico. It went into like into Europe and stuff. And so this was a worldwide thing. And then once we got to that level, then we're competing on the fucking worldwide level. And then now that's when I was flying to California. That's when I was like flying to New York. I was flying to like Utah, to fucking Oregon. Like I was just fucking flying everywhere because I had gotten to such a level to where the little regional area was not big enough. Like we were just whipping everyone's ass. So now we needed a new playing field, a higher playing field. And then that's where, here, you know what? Let me like, you know what's cool about this whole story is that I stopped karate when I was like 12 because my school closed down. But I loved it so much that I got back into it after I graduated college, or after I graduated high school. I was like, I want to fight again. Why the fuck not? And I had like it's all still in my blood, man. Like it's in my muscle memory. Like I'm gonna find this. I have like 2 pictures. So this is a picture of me when I was 17 and I had just graduated college, or I just graduated high school, and I was about to go to Harvard. And this was the summer before Harvard. And I was like, I want to fight again. So this is me in Mexico, Hermosillo. This is me in Mexico kicking this kid in the fucking face. Fucking in the air. I really love that. Like I'm fucking airborne in this kick. Like this mother just boom, my foot is in that motherfucker's face. And then I ended up, I won that. I got first place in that competition. And then this is me, bro. Okay. 2006. You'll see it right there. Sportmartialarts.com. Copyright 2006. Sportmartialarts.com. This is me, a fucking 12 years old. And then you see in the back, it says ATE, because that's the last words were Golden Gate. So this was me in San Francisco when I was 12 years old. Fucking look at that little kick, boy. I got my leg up high, man. So that form is called choreo. It's Korean, like it's a Korean style. And then you see the judge right there behind me. So, and this was on a stage. So you know how today, like there was the stage or whatever, like the ring. Wherever those girls were, wherever that picture Yogi took of like those girls. So like what would happen was you would have the regular competitions during the day. And then at night, you have these things called the grand finals. And for particular divisions, the ones that are like the most hype, that people like the most, instead of you fighting for first place on the regular mats, they'll save the best divisions and they'll do it at night. And then, everyone goes home and they rest, and then, everyone changes or whatever. And then, it's like a bigger show. It's a bigger spectacle where like you're elevated. And so that was me during the grand finals at night. And then I would also be doing that for, dude, I could have so many stories. I need to go find some other pictures that I have of me fighting these kids. And I remember I always liked the West Coast fighters. What I really like about the California area people is like they had swagger, man. The way they fought, it's like they're smooth. Like I really appreciated that. Like that was so cool to me. Because with me, I think of myself more of like, I'm like traditional. I was more like hard, They were like smooth. And so, or at least compared to me, or at least in my perception. Nowadays I would consider myself my movement to be very smooth, honestly. But like that's like, dude, this is my heritage. So like, Johnny, you, like I said earlier today, this was my life for so long. Like I love this shit, man. And so for me, it's like it didn't feel any different than anything. It's like, yeah, this is what it's about. This is what people do. I did this shit all the time. And I love this shit. And it gave me the greatest like turmoil and heartbreaks and like hurt, but then it gave me the greatest like triumphs of victory. Like, dude, we're like winning. Like, dude, winning is just amazing. Like that's all we're all trying to do all the time. And everything we fucking do is just fucking win. Whatever you're doing, just fucking win at it, man. Like go for first place. That's why the motto is be the best, fuck the rest. There's nothing else to do. I am here to conquer, motherfucker. I'm here. Texas was too small for me. I had to go bigger. And then it became the world stage. And in 2010, in 2000, no, fucking, what was it? It was in 2006. I went for the world championship, and then I fucking lost, and I got second place. So I got second place in the world in 2006 because I made the other kid fucking bleed. Like I got disqualified for like hitting the kid too hard, and he started bleeding, and then I fucking lost because of that. And then I went again when I was 17 in that picture that was leading up to the world championships. And that time I got like third. And so like I've always been so pissed. I have like a chip on my shoulder about this thing that I never got the world championship. But dude, like I was there with them, man. Like that was, there's no escaping that. Like that is my blood, that is my lineage, that is who the fuck I am. And so I carry that. Like what I say all of that to say this, like Palacio was saying earlier, this energy carries you through whatever the fuck you're doing. And so I've used that energy to carry me through music. And that's why I became like the best saxophone player in my fucking region again. Like that's why I was the leader of all of my fucking sections. And that's why I became the valedictorian, because I understood discipline. I understood that if I work hard enough, if I'm smart enough, if I do this repetitive thing over and over again, I get really good at it, then it will elevate me. And I will continue to get better and better and better at this thing. And I could reach the top. And now I'm doing this all over again. Where? In the fucking law. And so now I'm going through that again right now. But the thing is, I've done this thing so many times. All right, Seth, thank you for joining in, man. Have a good one. Like I've done this thing so many times that I understand that it is possible because I've done it over and over and over again. And that's what AZD, you know, is the same thing with him. It's like, he's succeeded in so many areas that he understands success. I understand success. Motherfucker, I graduated from Harvard. I know fucking success. Motherfucker, I'm licensed in California and I'm licensed in fucking Texas. I've defeated both of those motherfuckers. And so now it's fucking rinse and repeat, man. It's take this energy, know what it is to fucking win, to feel. There's a greatest salesman in the world. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I think it's in the scroll for persistence. It's not this one. No. Here it is. I don't think it's here. But anyways, what the idea is, the words are that if I feel like I'm going to fail, I will remember my past success. As in, if something is going wrong right now, remember, you've succeeded before. Whatever the fuck you're going through at this point in life, if that thing is hard, you have done well at something. And so remember that. And remember that actually you can do this. And you can do this well. And you've gotten through other bullshit before, and you can do it again. So whatever obstacle is right now in your path, it is the path, like the Stoics say. The obstacle is the path, or what is in the path becomes the path, and the obstacle becomes the way. So you tackle this thing head on, and you go straight forward into this motherfucker, and you take the spirit of the one who is here to achieve, the one who is here to conquer, the one who is here to take over. Use that energy and push forward with that in your fucking life. All right, Johnny Ranger, what's up, man? Tell us about your experience today.
Man, you want me to talk about the fight experience or just
whatever, man? Whatever you're inspired to talk about.
Man, dude, just the fight, man, felt like I went from trying to figure out this martial arts thing and finding my foot in it to like, okay, you know, because when you're brand new to martial arts,
I All right, brother. See you.
When you just get going in martial arts, like the first times you're going there, you're not really fighting. You know, you're just like fucking doing combos and fucking, you know, like you're practicing the hook and the jab and all this. But like when you watch a real fight, like it's different if you watch it on TV, for me at least. But if you watch the real fights and you're like right in the room, it's like it hits differently. It's like, yeah, they're actually getting fucking hit in the fucking face, and you know, not everyone here is a professional. Like this is probably more likely what a fight would look like if you were in a fight right now. Like more than if you Conor McGregor was in a fight, you know, that'll be very different than if you were in a fight, you know. So the level is more comparable to that. But it also, man, it and just the whole experience. Okay, so like I am training at Dark Horse right now, right? That's the gym that Arash recommended. And then now today we had this whole you know, this event, right? And it wasn't just like we went to the event, it was like we were at the event type shit. Like we were like, oh, we were at an event by ourselves, dude. And I already know, bro. Like there were a few people that were standing on the sides. I know, like going back there, like could get to that point that I'll be at now, like within that gym, it would have taken me at least 2-3 years just consistently going there. And somehow like I skipped all that just by being with a tribe, bro. Like it's fucking insane. But not just like, you know, status wise in the social environment, but like also internal attitude wise of what I expect from myself when I go there, you know? So, which that's really the biggest thing out of it is, man, going back to that gym, I expect myself to train better. I don't expect myself to go in there with that rookie attitude. Yeah, I'm gonna be fucking practicing how to fucking move my feet and throw the jabs and hooks and all that shit. But I'm not gonna go in there with that rookie mindset, you know. Like I've been not low key, but I know I've been going in there with rookie mindset, and rookie mindset doesn't really help ever. It doesn't matter what you start doing. You know, you can go in there and know I'm going to have to practice this a lot, and I'm going to get better. You know, that automatically is not rookie mindset. So, man, I'm just excited to go back. And then the lecture earlier, man, it was getting me so pumped up, bro. Like I could barely even stand fucking still, bro. So that's why I just went on a run, and feel really good, feel really strong, and it's dope to be part of the tribe. I feel like I'm, you know, I always wanted to join the army when I was growing up because my brother joined after 9/11 happened. And that's kind of like where all the Freedom Ranger roots really started.
Wow.
My brother going to Iraq, and then me and being like, okay, if something happens, I'm going to have to try to get there, save him or some shit. I don't even know how the fuck I would have done that because I was like way far away from Germany. But in my head, it made sense. And, but, you know, I never got to really go into that martial arts world, which is now, whatever. It's like a new
Well, now you have it, dude.
awakening, you know, it's dope.
Yeah.
So, I'm just excited for the journey. And, you know, being in IMC is like training to be like a soldier of a different type. You know, you're not just training to fucking, you know, follow fucking orders like a little fucking bitch and then fucking, you know, get slaughtered on the field like you're a worthless piece of fucking metal.
Yeah.
Like, this is very different. So it's dope.
You're fighting for your life, man. Like your life, not some abstract, you know,
Yeah.
It's not some abstract like, oh, we politically don't like these people, therefore we're invading them for this purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm fighting for like me and people that I know. Like I see these men, I know who they are, and they back me up and I back them up. And so like we move together like that. All right,
Yeah.
Magic Man. See you later, Os.
All right, brothers.
That's way different than what we're experiencing. What we're experiencing is fucking like this is real life, man. Like there's no sugarcoating this thing. And so you get to show up for your life, and you get to be a soldier for your life, and you get to be a soldier for your dudes, like for your guys. Like fuck, man, this is the game. Like this is really it.
Yeah,
and
man.
We can do that, and we can be this without having to break the law.
Yeah, man. Exactly. It's like we're freedom fighters and we're out from all these different areas. But that, like a lot of wars like between like different countries, like let's say El Salvador got in a war with Guatemala, right?
Mhm.
Soldiers would be fighting each other, but they would also be like fighting people that they're probably morally more aligned with, just
Yeah.
because they have a different flag,
Uh-huh.
And that's what the fucked up part about wars, like, because man, you're following one person's storyline, but you're fighting people of the same morals,
Mhm. Yeah. So we get to choose and we align ourselves with people that share our same values. That's why if you don't share our values, then you naturally will recede. You'll go away because this shit isn't for you. Like it needs to be like this is a like there's no, what is the word, like conscription, like when they constrict you into the army. I don't know what the word is, but like they're not forcing you to. America like was at one point forcing men into the army. Like this isn't forced. Drafted, yeah. So this isn't forced. Like you choose yourself to be a part of this thing, and you like that is what makes it even better, because like you chose to be here, and now let's make your ass strong. Like let's make you good. Let's make you fucking let's make you into the badass that you've always wanted to be, and that we would love to see you be. That's what I think this whole thing has done for me. It's like it allows me to be a badass, to be a badass motherfucker. And so that's all I'm doing all the time, is being a bad motherfucker. All right, man. Do you have anything else, Johnny? Because I actually think I'm about to end it. Dude, it's been a long fucking week. I'm kind of tired. I want to go to bed. Any last word?
That was perfect.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it was great.
Right, well, thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been fucking awesome. I'm about to log down, but tomorrow's a new fucking day and we get to be a fucking warrior again. And we get to play this game over and over.